We just talked about the, like this one because you're
Oh.
gonna, if you're coming
Okay.
here,
Okay.
you're gonna have
Okay,
Regular.
it is 6:02. I'm calling the August board meeting to order. Noticing the absence of Stacy Zurich, she's gonna be a little late. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, noting no guests or recognition or public comment tickets, we're gonna move on to the approval of board minutes. So I need a motion to approve the minutes of the regular board meeting of July 10th, 2004, and the minutes of the policy committee meeting of July 10th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Belt,
Yes.
Flores,
Yes.
Flipping,
Yes.
DeChenko,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up is the August 2024 expenses. Does anyone have any questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, I need a motion to approve the August 2024 expenses as submitted.
So moved.
Second.
Flores,
Yes.
Flipping,
Yes.
DeChenko,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Herman,
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up is the treasurer's report.
Okay, back to school edition. Same old stuff though. Balance on the super now account at First Community was $6,494,516.31. Outstanding checks at the end of July totaled $27,905.98. July payroll expense carried over into August was $78,423.90. We also had some prepaid payroll expenses that were added back in for $82,489.27, leaving the adjusted bank balance at $6,470,675.70. Lunch program balance, $42,4882. The impressed fund, the $5,000, leaving the total account at $6,479,924.52. Investment balances at the end of July were $5,329,516.82, leaving the balance of all funds as of July 31st at $11,809,441.34. July receipts totaled $597,448.04, and expenses were $1,255,349.66. The individual fund balances at the end of July: education fund, $6,136,104.24. Building fund, $2,921,558.94. Bond and interest, $76,944.43. Transportation fund, $1,213,611.53. IMRF, $164,896.29. Working cash fund, $318,098.05. Tort fund balance, $400,653.04, and life safety, $577,574.82. July interest totaled $29,434.60. That rate held steady. We had several distributions from the state. State free lunch, $107.28. The school lunch program, $89. ESSER 3 grant, $33.11. Title I grant, $61,740. The ESSER deferred grant, I think that's what the DEF is, $62,000. What is it?
Digital equity.
Digital equity, $62,244. IDEA grant, $63,853. Title II, $97.35, and Title IV grant, $42.06. And then we received the fourth real estate distribution for $165,423.08 as well.
Does anyone have any questions or comments or anything?
Please note your investments are still hanging just above 5%, which again is greater than the interest rate we're paying on the bond. So, also note that you now will start seeing money in the bond and interest account. That is because that is the account you pay our debt certificate out of. So that used to be zeroed out, now that's what it is. Lastly, please recognize that the building fund is at 2.9. That is because that was where all of the debt certificate money went into. So when we start talking about the budget and things like that. That is not recognized as revenue, but it is in the bank, and I'll allude to that later on as well.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report as submitted.
So moved.
Second. Ms. Zerk?
Yes.
Goodman?
Yes.
Pachinko?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, next up are staff reports. Ms. Nicole Black has her open house at the elementary currently, but she does have her board report. I'm sure if anyone has any questions, Dr. Gaham could try to answer.
Try my best. You do notice that the numbers on the 5th grade are a little low than projected, but they are going to come back. I promise you that very much. So we do have that 4th section, so everything's good to go in there. And then we did, we had 2 interviews and 2 hires for the 8 positions. Ms. Nelson's the one that you'll notice on this month.
Okay, next up is Dr. Kwasny.
We had a great Institute Day this morning. Everything went really well, very busy, but we are ready to go. I just wanted to thank a few people, especially Nate Stanula. He has just been really wonderful this summer, communicating effectively with us. I know he's very busy, but he's been doing his best and helping the crew get everything ready in terms of the building and the grounds, along with Darwin, Maddie, Angel, and the whole crew, as well as the HVAC crew. It's been really busy in our building this summer, so we just really appreciate everything that they've done. And I also wanted to thank the tech team and the wonderful secretaries in the office who have been just tremendous this summer as well. We had the students come to the building yesterday and the day before, and they picked up their schedules, their laps, they got to walk in the classrooms, all those fun things. So we had all day yesterday from the morning until the evening, and then the day before during business hours. So that was great to kind of see everybody and welcome them back. And we do have our first day, as you know, tomorrow we're going to meet with the students first thing in the morning in the gym to go over some expectations. We always like to start off the year that way. And our open house is on Tuesday next week from 5 to 6:30. So we will get to meet the families, and we kind of wanted to hold off on that since it was because of athletics, and we normally try to do it that second day, but there were some other conflicts going on, and then I don't think anyone likes to come on a Friday, so we thought we'd have the most participation on a Tuesday because, there's always athletics going on, and it makes it hard for people to be everywhere. So we were excited for the year and looking forward to having a great one. Does anyone have any questions? Thank you.
Mr. Meyer.
Mr. Hodak did the July 4th marching band, and he just always wants to thank the village. They also donated $1,000 to his program. I think they've done this before. And I'm not for sure which part of the village. He just states the village donated $1,000 to our program. So I think that's great. I also believe our band is participating, is it the 24th of August with the village? We've got the military kind of theme. I think we're going to play the Star Spangled Banner. I'm not for sure if there's going to be more or not. I still need to check with Jason, but he's trying to get out in the community, trying to do some things which we know is extremely important, so I do appreciate that. We had about 150 people, and parents and students last Thursday for our freshman orientation. So 2 years in a row, we've had a really great turnout. So I want to thank the parents and the kids for that. Also, like Dr. Kwasny said, Nathan Stanula, Maddie Boley, Joe, Angel, Baylin, they had the facilities, at least the high school, done before I think even the end of July. So that was great. Maddie Boley, phenomenal this year in terms of doing the library, our locker rooms, I think our restrooms over here. So truly appreciate her effort. Don't know how much longer we're probably going to have her. I don't know if this was the last year or not. So truly appreciate what Nathan's done too in terms of getting our stuff together and just having a feel, having some pride, which is great to see. 39 students on KACC. We lost one to a homeschool situation. We had 40, I didn't hear, but today we have 39. And I tried to update some of the last state scholars and some of the things, the awards that we give, or sorry, the awards that we give to a couple kids in each class, which was the Bob calendar year. Otherwise, I said at the meeting this morning, this is the first time in a long time that I can remember that I did not have to hire anybody, and I truly thanked our staff for choosing to come back. You don't have to. There's other things out there, and other places that will maybe have greener somewhere else. But I truly appreciate our culture. I hope we're going to continue to do well, and hopefully the consistency of that will help. So we'll see. But that's what I have. And thank you for the sign.
Oh.
Ms. Flora. Anything else? Dr. King, questions?
For the state scholar, what program do you use to submit that to the state?
Some guy helps me, and I don't know who that is, but it's the ISAC, and it would take me a month where it takes somebody else like 10 minutes, just like Joe doing all my work too. And it takes me an hour to do grades, and he takes 30 seconds. But I truly appreciate that person that helps me with the state scholars. No names need to be mentioned here. But
Of course not.
I just wanted to- But yes, thankful, I am very thankful for that person that helps me out on a yearly basis. And which that person also said he would continue to help me too, so let's put that, keep that in there.
He's an idiot.
No, he's not. I am very appreciative of that person. Thank you.
Dr. Gahan.
So, first off, I talked to Mr. Joe Burgess. He is the Washington Township Clerk, and I wanted to put a little shout out to a wonderful app that him and the fire department have collaborated on. If you, and this goes to the people who, I know the hundreds of thousands of people at home watching us on YouTube as we speak, if you go to your phone's app store and you search for Beecher Community Calendar, they took everybody's calendar from every group that's in Beecher and they put it onto one app. So you have the capabilities of knowing exactly what is happening, including athletics here at the high school and the junior high. So a big shout out to Joe and his crew and the fire department for putting that together. Obviously they're still working on some little tweaks here and there, but absolutely cannot recommend enough for everybody to go onto the App Store, Beecher Community Calendar, and when you download it, all of the calendars on most of the Beecher things are on there. I'm also going to ask for Mr. Duncan to put on Facebook tomorrow the same instructions that that way our families are all aware of it. Registration, as I went into the summer, I told you that we were kind of moving around, trying to make things easier and better for everybody. I don't know the numbers from the years past. I guess if I was smarter, I could have asked specifically. But I can tell you with almost 100% certainty, it's never been the number 11. Going into Monday, 11 students hadn't registered. Just 11. I can guarantee it was in the 20s in just one building alone. So going into the way we did registration this year with the cleared process and making just a few come in for residency as opposed to everybody come in for residency, it's cleared up a lot of that. I'm not saying everybody has paid, but we have 6 wonderful ladies who are being ever so kind to everyone they talk to make sure that everybody's aware that the registration closes up, as in finishes up, when if I'm a family member, I either submit my fee waiver form, I pay in full, or I work with the offices to make a payment plan. And that's when you officially become fully registered. But the high school had 2, the junior high had 2, and the elementary school had 7. So that is phenomenal. And I've heard from at least 2 of the offices that this summer's registration process was a lot easier. And so I'm very happy with how that went. That does not mean that everybody who is registered is not on some kind of flag list in my office, and I will still continue to engage our groups to make sure that the people who are here are Beecher people. So that's my promise to you guys. To continue the thanks from this morning, I also want to make sure that I thank VRS Realty and Buddy. They did a co-op to make and provided flurries, a coupon for a flurry for all of our staff members. Isabella Monte de Oca, what is Mr. Meyer? It's coffee what? Her trolley.
The coffee, it's
trolley.
just a trolley.
Coffee Clover, yep. Thank you. So Coffee Clover was here this morning, and Nick Osteen actually covered the cost of one coffee for everybody who came in, so thank you to Isabella and Nick. We purchased donuts this morning from the creamery. They are new this year, and I can tell you right now, if you want donuts, go to the creamery. They are phenomenal donuts. So I want to thank you for them providing that to us. The fire department came and did the Stop the Bleed training for us as part of a state mandate. So Mr. Felicetti sent 2 of his finest. We appreciate them. And then PTO did provide lunch to our elementary teachers today as well. So a lot of good vibes starting out today. And if you get me free coffee and a donut, that's hard to start a day better than that. In terms of FOIAs, we had 1 commercial FOIA this past month. That FOIA was obviously satisfied by the FOIA officer, who did do his yearly training plus his yearly OMA training. So that has been satisfied as well, per state guidelines. The other little things I will talk about are throughout the budget, the project, things like that. I will talk about when those things come up, but that's kind of everything. Insurance, we just submitted everything but one. We're still waiting for the HVAC invoice to submit to Daphne at Gallagher. But today we provided them more pictures. We provided them the railing, roof, what's the third thing? And the lift. The swing set we haven't been invoiced yet because right now the company says it's 5 weeks out, and so Nate's actually going to try to find a company that's closer to like 2 weeks out. That will continue to have the orange fence around it just for safety purposes. There are 36-inch footers of concrete that are holding those in there, so I do not want anybody to come in here. I want a professional to remove those. As much as I appreciate the offers from community to dig it out, I want professionals to do it. And since the company that we're going to get the swing set from also puts it in, it will be part of the insurance claim as well. So I want to make sure that when we do things, again, fiscally responsible. If there's an insurance claim, it'd be silly for me to have Solo out there digging up things for me when I can get an insurance claim. No! So that's where we're at with all of those kind of things. And I didn't know I had a pocket square until just now. I just looked down. It doesn't match the tie. It goes with the other tie, so let's do that. I look bad on TV. Come on, Katie.
All right, next up are committee updates. Want to start this way?
Oh, sure.
We will start the other way. I can switch it up.
The Beecher Education Foundation, they, at their last meeting, they discussed possible new venues, and they had come to a consensus that they would like the next event to be held at CD&Me in Frankfurt. If anyone has been there, it is a beautiful venue. So, so they are planning towards that. So I'm sure as they make arrangements, more details to come.
KACC or Carves meets Thursday. They had their first day this morning. The kids went. Bailey liked it. I'm guessing the rest of them did. She made the bus on time. I'm guessing everyone else made the bus on time.
Yeah, we did a good job today one.
She was running across the thing.
But we'll see how that applies. But yes, we were good today.
I wondered. I saw a bunch of kids carpooling today though when I picked her up. So they must have kind of rounded all of each other up.
There was the senior sunrise this morning too, and so I think some of that
helped. Oh.
I was at KCC in the school and this meeting, so I can verify they had a good first day of school.
Okay. Okay. The Chamber of Commerce meet or anything?
Chamber will meet the 19th, and Mike has tendered his resignation as president.
You want to be president, Larry?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Next, Booster Club. Oh wait, no. Scholarships, which they probably haven't started yet.
No, I think our first meeting is
Yep.
October, and we have some things that we're gonna talk about changing this year, so I'll update you when that comes.
Okay. Now Booster Club.
We do have some new and returning sponsors for the banners, which is great. I think we've sold all of them, maybe? Almost, maybe one or two left. And thank you to everyone who's gone to the Golden Brew today, and them for sponsoring like a donation day, so we get something from all the orders, which was great. We are planning more events for the year, so if anyone wants a sign, you can still get one of those nice orange signs for your lawn for $20. Just contact the Booster Club, and we'll decorate your lawn.
PTO.
They had a meeting on Monday. As Dr. Gahan said, they did the lunch for the teachers today. And I know they were planning on doing welcome baskets to the new teachers at BES. So I don't know if that happened, but they were talking about it. And at the school supply drop-off, they were giving out like the magnet calendars like they did last year for the district. And they had little parent packs and water bottle stickers for the kids. New clear water bottles, which those water bottles are pretty nice. I was expecting like something like this, and they're tall and they had a nice lid, and the logo it looks really nice.
We're 200 a year.
I know.
This isn't Grant Park here. This is Beecher 200
They were fancy.
Dr. Bailey.
And then the youth commission.
I don't have too much to report. We did have 2 events that we did. BYC was represented at Back to School Night, as well as the Farmers Market. We do have our next meeting next Tuesday at the Village Hall at 7:30. So I probably have more to report next month.
Okay, so moving on to old business. So the next is the So What construction payment that we've talked about for the past 3 meetings. We actually have to approve actually paying it. So I need a motion to approve the one-time So What construction payment of $283,511.
So moved.
Flickling. Yes. Diachenko.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Flores.
Yes.
Missouri.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Unless anyone has something for executive session, I do not, Dr. Gahan does not. Okay, so moving on to new business. Our first is the press policy 114 and 115 that we went over after last month's meeting. So, does anyone have any questions or concerns about it since we've kind of had it for a month? No? Okay, I need a motion to approve the first reading of Press Plus Policy 114 and 115 as submitted.
So moved.
Second.
Diachenko.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Flores.
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Missouri.
Yes.
Flickling. Yes. Motion carried.
Katie, you feel out of practice. We'll practice next time.
Okay. Next,
got everybody.
up is our consolidated district plan, which we do every year, but Dr. Gahan will review what it is.
So again, one of the things you have to do in order for you to submit all the grants that actually Mike just talked about us getting the money from, you have to submit something to the state called the Consolidated District Plan. It is basically how are you going to spend the funds that they're going to provide you. Again, I'm giving you an overarching view of it, but that's really what it boils down to. And so it asks about your decisions for the title money, which is elementary, and it normally goes to the Title I. The funds go to pay for the Title I teacher. Title II, Title III. Title II this year we're going to use to pay for that additional fifth grade position because that lowers your class sizes. And Title IV is school safety is what I'm using it for, so we're going to use it as part of the SRO purchase service. And then with anything with IDEA, it's all through SOIC. Matter of fact, Dr. Frey and the SOIC people take care of all of that grant writing for us, but it still has to go on our stuff. And then the bilingual service plan is also on there. And once again, the money we get from there, if you look at your actual EBF spending plan that is on in the budget, that money, it doesn't cover all of your high-risk salaries, but that's what we designate that money to. So it just kind of tells the state, hey, we're aware that this money is coming and this is our promise. And then as we fill out grants throughout the year, if I do something that kind of conflicts with it, they'll come back and say, hey, just want to let you know, you either need to change your district plan or you need to fix this line item. So one of the lines is that the board has been notified and they're aware that there's a plan in place.
It's a lot of pages.
It's a lot of pages. It's a lot of writing. Some copy and paste.
Does anyone have any questions about that? I need a motion to approve the consolidated district plan as submitted.
So moved.
Second?
Hanson.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Flores.
Yes.
Missouri. Yes. Flickman.
Yes.
Deschenko.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up is the fiscal year 25 tentative budget
Posting.
posting.
So again, this is, you are not adopting it, you're not approving it, you're simply saying, hey, one is in a tentative state. You have to, by law, by Illinois law, post it for 30 days. And so we're simply acknowledging that we're ready to post it. And then during that 30 days, when I talked to Ms. Belt about it, we'll do a finance committee meeting to go over it. That posting would occur in the Vidette for the 22nd, next Thursday. So next Thursday is what it would be. And it would be on the website, it would be in our office for review. So, again, remind, this is not you accepting it, this is not you approving a budget, this is simply you saying, hey folks, it's out there for you to look at. And then I know I sent it to you, but I want to make sure everybody is aware of the promise that was kept. Again, I understand, if you look at it right now, it says we have a $300,000 deficit. As I said 12 minutes ago, that is because we can't count the bond. So if you are one person who likes to look at the budget, you look at the starting dollar amount for the O&M category, which is category 20. You'll see it says 3.1. It has a deficit of 800,000. We will still have money in the bank. If you take out the HVAC and the SOIC payment that you guys just approved, you are $1.5 million in the black, as promised. That does not mean I want to spend money. I'm just telling you, all of the hard work we've done over the last 4 to 5 years, it's coming true. So I'm tentatively quasi halfway smiling about it.
So if we have questions about the budgets, should we save them for the next meeting?
We'll have a budget hearing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where he'll present
Well-
everything and then we'll, so yeah.
But please also ask.
Well, I was
Yeah.
gonna email you,
Yeah, please
but I
do.
didn't have time before today.
Oh.
So I was gonna ask, but.
100%. If you guys have any questions, and the same thing goes for any community.
I know I asked you a lot of questions last year.
No, it's all good. And you got an answer to every one of them.
You did,
Yeah,
yep.
so there's nothing we're hiding in there, it's full transparency. But it's always good to know, hey, why does this line item have $7 million? Well, that's elementary salaries. Oh, we probably should pay.
I did look at that, I was like, what's,
Yeah, but if you ask me for a code number right now, I got people for that. Sorry, I digress.
Okay, so I need a motion to approve the posting of the fiscal year 25 tentative budget.
So moved.
second? Herman.
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Flores. Yes. Missouri.
Yes.
Flickman. Yes. Deschenko.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, next up are our employment hires for this month. Are there any employment issues that need to be separated out for anyone?
Yes, let's separate out Mr. Joyce,
Mechanic.
mechanic.
Okay. So I need a motion to approve the employment of Jesse Nagel as the junior high school girls cross-country coach, Amy
Kwasniaka?
I always get it wrong, so Kwasnicka, and Jill Nelson as elementary school aides, and Angelina Franklin as bus monitor.
So moved. Second. Belt.
Yes.
Flores. Yes. Missouri. Yes. Flickman. Yes. Deschenko.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Motion carried.
I need a motion to approve the employment of Nicholas Joyce as district mechanic.
Maybe we ought to take that to executive.
Oh.
I just have a question on his application.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we will, think of a word, it's not in my head. No.
Defer.
There you go. I was like, I have it and I can't say
I
it.
didn't know what word you were looking for.
Sorry. You're supposed to read my mind.
Sorry.
Okay. I need a motion to acknowledge the resignation of Carrie Sinwa as bus driver, Brittany Hergen as elementary school aide, Alexis Schultz as junior high school aide, Jillian Hawk as junior high school head track coach, and Rachel Feltz as bus monitor.
Second.
Flores.
Yes.
Missouri.
Yes.
Whitman.
Yes.
DeChenko.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, I need a motion to enter executive session. Is my number still good? Yes.
Yeah, appointment, yep.
Okay, for the purpose of 5 ILCS 120-2C1.
Second?
DeChenko. Yes. Hanson.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Flores.
Yes.
Missouri.
Yes.
Whitman.
Yes.
Motion carried.
You good? Okay, it is 6:46 PM. We are back from executive session into our August 14th board meeting. Going back to employment, I need a motion to approve the employment of Nicholas Joyce as district mechanic.
So moved.
Second.
Do the H's.
Belt.
Yes.
Flores.
Yes.
Missouri.
Yes.
Whitman.
Yes.
DeChenko.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, next is other discussion items. So first up, we have a finance committee meeting that we are going to need sometime within the next month, before the next board meeting.
So my recommendation is because this, unlike other potential finance meetings, this is kind of an important one. So if I may make the recommendation is just to start the next board meeting off with as the finance
Okay.
meeting. Basically do the pledge, probably, yeah, do the roll call, do the pledge, and then allow me to present the budget, because that's what the finance meeting would be about, walk through it, and then that would then allow public comment after that as well. And so just kind of incorporate that as the start of your next board meeting. It's still within the realm, and it still would, that's not the budget hearing, so you still have to create a second meeting for a budget adoption.
Oh, and we would want that probably after the committee meeting, because.
It has to be, yes, because.
No, but I mean like a while after it, not just directly after it would be.
Oh, no, so if you're posting the budget on the 22nd in the vedette, that's the first day it's up, it has to be 30 days out. So when you, now you're jumping down to B, when you guys look at your calendar, there's that week, the second to last week in September is the 23rd on. So anytime during that week,
Okay,
you guys
so
can
it
have a
is,
budget
okay.
hearing and be satisfied. I politely request you don't make it the 30th, even though technically you could, because then we would have, well, actually, you couldn't do the 30th because it's closed that day. So it has to be that week. That way we can get it submitted to the state before the 30th.
Oh, that's the next week, so it'll be the week before.
Yes, ma'am.
And is this, we need to have a quorum for that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, just double checking.
So the week of September
September
23rd.
23rd. So is there any day of the week that for sure does not work?
August 23rd?
September.
September.
September 23rd for sure doesn't work for me, but the rest of that week is open.
Okay, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because we don't like to meet on Fridays.
I can do,
What?
that's Rivals Cup, I don't know, you can do Thursday.
Does anyone have an objection to Thursday?
The superintendent does. I will be
Okay.
in Springfield for the superintendent conference. I apologize.
So we have Tuesday and Wednesday now.
You have,
Tuesday.
Tuesday. We only need 4 people that can commit, y'all,
Or
so.
Wednesday. You can do-
I'm good.
It's an early game on Wednesday, I'll probably
Well,
miss
no,
it
'cause-
anyway.
Are you gone Wednesday too? Yeah, he goes
I
down Wednesday.
leave Tuesday
Yeah.
night, so I will just leave
Okay.
late. It's not a big deal.
So Tuesday at,
4:15.
Apparently my daughter has ballet, jazz, and turns and leaps.
oh, well, you won't be going to that.
Actually, do we all have to be? here?
No, we only need a quorum. I mean, everyone's invited, but we only need 4
For
people.
the budget hearing?
Yeah.
Because you need it's a meeting.
It's a meeting.
So you'll open it, you'll do the pledge, you'll have public comment, and then you'll vote on the budget. Because all of your questions probably would have been answered during the finance meeting.
What time are we doing this?
4:30? Does that seem to work, or do we need to make it 5?
5.
5? Okay.
I might be able to swing a 5.
Yeah, well,
Shoot for Tuesday at 5?
Set a reminder.
And that is the 24th of September.
Yes.
24 September, 5.
It is a early release for the kids.
oh. Is it?
They get out 11:30 that day.
July 4th, yes.
I don't know.
And I've already talked with Ms. Gersh, and I'm not to make promises we can't keep, but now that we've had a couple of years with Katie into the flow of things, we're gonna be able to actually post this probably in July, have a hearing by the end of July, have a finance meeting at the August meeting, and then adopt it in our September meeting, so you won't have to have a
It
special
won't be
hearing.
so back to back.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, so we're trying to,
Clean it up a little.
Katie promised me, she's like 100% Jack, I'll get it done. Is Katie looking at me?
I was not looking, but
I have absolutely no problem
See?
with having it done for you, but I
Boom.
have to get what I need from everybody else first.
Oh,
So if you
okay.
want to stay on that end of the spectrum, I'll stay in my lane and I'm going to be back.
And then we have the November IASB conference. The dates have went out. It's always right before Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And I included the flyer in your guys' package, the triple I, it's the superintendent, school board, and last year, Ms. Diachenko, Ms. Hanson, and Ms. Flores attended. So we are not, all due respect, unless you are 110% certain, like myself, that you're going, we're not going to do any early bird specials or hotel rooms until you can give me and again, I understand things happen, I just don't want to put you guys in that kind of position. So as soon as you know, let me know, and we'll get it all booked up.
Then we have on here that we need a facilities committee meeting. Is there a certain date that needs to be by, or just
Oh.
before the next board meeting, or?
It can
Just
be
sometime?
Just sometime.
Okay.
Now we've
Just
kind of,
sometime.
yep, we've done, now we have the projects done, now we can start talking about the next step,
Okay.
including the property I alluded to in the.
I
So-
was looking at my calendar earlier. I don't know if August 22nd is too soon, because I wasn't sure how quick, but I'm available that day.
That'd be next Thursday.
Yeah.
And
Or it could
you
be
are
later
there
than
with,
that. It
I
could be
think,
later than that, I just assumed. it would be
Adriana
before
and
the next
Mandy, are
meeting,
you on
so-
that?
No, because this is kind of the, there's nothing specific that we need
But I
to take
can.
action on right away.
I don't think I'm on that, I can't.
I don't think I'm on there either, but.
Facilities is Ashley, Larry, and
Brandy?
Brandy?
I don't think it's Brandy.
I don't think it's me.
probably
This
in
is- I've not
negotiations.
been to facilities meetings yet, so I don't think it's me.
I think it's Adriana.
Is it you?
I don't think it's me, I don't know who's watching this.
if only there was a place we could look this
I'm
up.
looking over.
I know I'm policy.
It's on my wall in my office, I
I
can
know.
watch.
Ashley, Brandy, and Larry.
Look at that, so
Me?
it's Brandy.
Is it?
Oh,
No, not
So,
Ashley.
that
That's
Ashley.
you.
Yeah,
I was like,
Ashley with a Y.
Yeah.
I know I'm policy and I'm like special education.
If the 22nd, we could, October is kind of
You mean
out,
September?
because we have 3 birthdays in baseball, so.
Just
October.
What, are we, yeah, what number?
wait, August 22nd, right?
Yeah, I was told the
Next
22nd.
Thursday.
Yeah, if that
Okay.
works for people.
Does that work for,
Yeah, that's fine.
Larry works, Brady works?
Okay.
Okay. What time?
Thursdays are hard.
What time works for you? guys?
Anytime after 5.
Okay, maybe like 5:50?
5. I can be here by 5.
Okay, 5 o'clock Thursday,
I
okay.
can't that day, but yeah, I can talk.
8:22 at 5 PM.
Well, surprise.
I have a meeting after school. I won't make it back in time.
Is there the Press Plus 116, is there a need for upcoming policy meeting on that yet, or no?
Not yet.
Okay.
I kind of give you guys a real brief cliff notes. We did have Mary Rocco from the law firm come in and do the administrative training, and then she really talked about it. I had thought, and I was wrong, and I'm glad I'm wrong, but I'm not saying that they're not gonna change between now and then. 116 is not that big. I had assumed because it was the one after the legislation that that's normally the thick one. It is specific to Title IX, but in reality, the only thing they've changed is they've changed, again, overgeneralization, but the merit's there. They've changed the phrase of sexual harassment, which is your Title IX standard, to sex-based harassment. So instead of being specific to, harassing someone sexual, it's now if you harass or discriminate somebody based on their sex. And so they kind of, it's morphed to it. There's some other little things. It's the grievance procedure now kind of aligns with the other grievance procedures. You're allowed to do mediation, which you weren't allowed to do before. There's requirements for administrators to be trained, things like that. Respectfully, I thought there was going to be some controversial things in it. At this time, there's not, which I'm stunned by. So Press Plus and Ms. Rockwell, Press Plus has said the tentative adoption date needs to be by December 30th. But they also said in the same breath, consult legal, and there's still things in motion. But according to Ms. Rocco, the state of Illinois, which is, as you guys are aware, is a blue state, there's not the same kind of legal pushbacks other states are providing the Title IX laws. So she doesn't see things changing too much for Illinois specific to a lot of the Title IX stuff, but
But we have until December 30th, so I'm not even until October, really? 'Cause
And you
did
can
the first
even ask
reading,
for
your
an
second
extension.
reading, okay, so yeah. So we've got a couple months to see
yeah.
what develops.
I think as long as we get our first reading by November.
Okay,
And even that, I mean, if we need an extension, we need an extension.
okay. So we'll check back at the next board meeting, because we may need a October policy committee meeting then.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything else under other discussion items?
I just had a question about just the postings and things. I know there was a resignation for soccer, but I didn't see the posting for it.
So, yep, so per BEA contract, any postings that we have, any openings we have, that's certified, not certified coaching, is posted internally, so you may not have seen it yet. And so if we don't find somebody, similar to what happened with our cross-country position, we couldn't find anybody internal, so we kind of expanded it out. I think Mr. Du Bois is giving it just a little bit longer, and then we'll make sure it's posted well in advance. And then once it's out there, we'll have Joe put it on Facebook, and then we'll, word of mouth. Good question. Thank you.
Okay. The items, anyone have anything that needs to be added to our September board meeting other than our finance meeting? No? Okay, so upcoming dates are the September 11th finance meeting and board meeting, the budget hearing on September 24th, and the facilities committee meeting on August 22nd. Lastly, I need a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.
Remember when they were taking, they didn't make